Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to stay inspired and notified on how to wise up and rise up from these narcissists. So if you clicked on this video, you want to know more about, are you codependent? Are you a codependent type of person? Were you codependent on your ex? Or do you find in general you have that codependent type of emotions and personality, where you're not just codependent, you were not just codependent on that narcissist, you find you're codependent with your sister, your mom, your friends. You just see overall that you have this codependency type of personality. Now, with that being said, I want to break it down for you guys on if you can realize, are you codependent? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because a lot of people who've suffered narcissistic abuse are codependent, right? Because of the fact that a lot of times it's not started with the narcissist. It usually starts, what I found, is that you're codependent from a lot of trauma that you have dealt with throughout your childhood, right? Whether you felt like your mom and dad really, never showed up for you. They never gave you the love. They never gave you the attention. They never gave you the affection that you wanted. Or whether, you got traumatized from in school. You were overweight, or you felt like you just didn't have much friends. You felt like you were never being seen. You never were being heard. A lot of times, the traumas that we have with the narcissist, it's just triggering traumas that, sorry to say, were already there, right? But we didn't really take it in. We never really noticed it. And that with those narcissists, a lot of times they trigger those traumas and to come out and kind of evolve to be worse than they were from before. So I found, right, through my experience, if you guys are listening to me, a lot of times I don't like to talk about shit that I haven't experienced, shit that I don't know about. Anything that I talk to my viewers about, I've been through it, experienced it, or I'm going through it, right? I never like to share with you guys anything that I haven't been through, I haven't experienced, or I'm not going through it. Who am I to talk to you guys about stuff that, that's one of my pet peeves. I'll be straight up with you guys. I hate listening to people who are talking about something who never actually experienced it. Like, there's a lot of people talking about narcissistic abuse and narcissism and all this stuff, but yet never once in their life experienced it. But they're listening to all these people talking about it, and then they're talking about it. This is not me. I just want to put it out there. I'm going to keep it 100 with you, my viewers. I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys all the freaking time. Anyways, so how I've noticed that I had codependency issues is that even I never had a previous relationship with my ex, like before my ex. My ex was my first kiss, my first love, my first everything. So, but I noticed that I was very codependent with my aunts. One of my aunt, I was very codependent with one of my teachers at school. I was codependent with some of my friends. Like, I had codependency traits before my narcissist, right? Now, I'm not saying that's everybody's situation, but a lot of times it is, right? So I realized that I had a pattern of codependency patterns and traits even before I met my narcissist, but he just brought it out more, right? Because again, with the love bombing that the narcissist does to you, one minute they're making you feel good, the next minute they're belittling you, they're putting you down. So a lot of times with those up and down emotions, right, we get attached and we want so badly for that person to see our worth, see our value, treat us good like how they used to treat us. And then we become codependent, relying on that one time, that good feeling that they give us to fight so bad to get that again. So we become codependent on what that person says, what that person does, that dictates Are we going to be happy that day? Are we going to be sad that day? Are we going to be depressed that day? Are we going to have anxiety? Are we going to be angry? We give our power away to those people to dictate, our happiness. And when are we going to feel good? Or if we're going to feel good. So then we become codependent on that person to make us feel good, make us feel happy, make us feel whole, make us feel enough, make us feel worthy, right? So a lot of times those narcissists know this shit. They know. This is why they do the love bombing, right? So they can get you codependent on them. And a lot of times, sometimes these narcissists know that you have traumatized things from the past because they like to prey on people. This is why a lot of times the narcissist will mimic everything that you desire and everything you want, everything that you're looking for. Let's say, for an example, you're lacking a father figure, or you're lacking, someone to show up for you and love you and care about you. And they know that, let's say, for my example, my narcissist knew that my father wasn't ever around. My narcissist knew that, I always loved love and affection. I was dying for that all the time. That's all I wanted. So he preyed on that. Right? He preyed on knowing that I didn't have a father figure. So he kind of acted like my father figure. My narcissist was 4 years older than me. And he preyed on that. And he knew that that's what I wanted. So these narcissists, when they meet you, they get to know everything about your past, everything that you went through and all. And they prey on those areas. So they love bomb you to give you all what you desire and all that you want to get you codependent on them, because at the end of the day, they know what it is that you were lacking. They know what your weakness is. They study you. They study you like you're an assignment. You're an assignment to them that they want to study every bit of piece that, you're traumatized in, or things that you're lacking, things that you want from somebody that, again, that's lacking. Because if you want something from somebody else, that means that you're lacking it within, you're feeling that you're lacking it within inside self, right? So when somebody knows that they can give you something that you don't have and that you're looking outside of you for, that's when they can get their hold on you. And then after that, make you turn codependent on them. This is why, y'all, I'm telling you, the best thing, you hear it all the time, the best thing you can do after a narcissistic abusive relationship is work on yourself. Work on those areas that are lacking within inside of you, that's causing you to turn to these people to make you feel good, to make you feel loved, to make you feel whole, to make you feel happy, to make you feel good about yourself, right? It's so important to figure out and find out where did that stem from, right? When I was younger, did I not feel seen? Did I not feel loved on? Did I not feel cared on? And that has a lot to do with shadow work, right? Is looking and diving deep and understanding in those areas inside of yourself. Why do I need somebody else to come inside of my life and do these things in order for me to be happy? Because a lot of times it's not just, people that suffered narcissistic abuse. There's a lot of people out there walking around codependent on alcohol, codependent on weed, codependent on smoking cigarettes, codependent on this and codependent on that, right? It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're codependent on a narcissist. Look at different areas inside of your life where you're being codependent, right? I can be completely honest with you guys. I had a sex addiction, and I was codependent on porn and releasing, if you guys know what I mean, to make me feel good about myself, to make me feel happy. And my narcissist also knew that. So my narcissist would use that to literally, make me feel good, or sometimes not give it to me because of the fact that they want me to suffer, because they knew that was the only thing that made me feel good about myself, right? So figure out, take a step back, write it down on a piece of paper. Figure out what areas are you codependent, that you have codependency patterns, right? And figure out, what's making me feel that if I don't get these things, I'm not good enough, or I won't be happy, or I won't be satisfied, or I won't be enough. And when you can dive deep in all those areas that you're codependent on, because there's a lot of areas that we walk around in life and we don't realize that we're being codependent on this one thing to make us feel good, to make us feel at ease. What is that emotion that you're searching for? Because if you're searching for something outside of yourself, that means that you're feeling lack inside yourself. Because everything that I studied, everything that we look for outside of ourselves is because we're feeling an emptiness within inside of ourselves, as if we're lacking something. So when we're searching for a relationship, or we're searching for that narcissist to love us and care about us, it's because we're not feeling that within inside of ourselves. So we're becoming codependent on this one person to make us feel good. But at the end of the day, it's coming to that realization that you came in this world by yourself. You're going out of this world by yourself. That narcissist is not going to come with you. That narcissist did not come into this world with you. You lived a life before that narcissist without them inside of your life. You lived a life before without them. So figure out the life that you were living before without them. Were you codependent on certain things, right? Were you codependent, like I said, on cigarette? Were you codependent on drinking alcohol? Were you codependent on your friends? Were you codependent on partying? Were you codependent on, I don't know, anything that's toxic? A lot of times that if you're codependent on something, it's toxic, right? So figure out what your codependent patterns were before the narcissist. Then figure out what your codependence patterns were when you were with the narcissist, right? And from there, diving deep into understanding your own toxic patterns will help you to heal them. Because a lot of times, anything that happens outside of us happens to teach you things about yourself. Things that need to be seen, things that need to be loved on, things that need to be healed. That's why it's so important after you get out of a narcissistic abusive relationship to work on yourself. Look inward, not focus so much on this other person, because that other person only came inside of your life to teach you things about yourself that needs to be seen, that needs to be loved on, that needs to be healed. I always say, God's blocking is God's protection. God takes that person out of your life to protect you, to show you how much God loves you, how much you have value, how much you are worth, so much more. So it was no accident that this person, let's say got a new supply, or this person cheated on you, lied to you, disrespected you. No, all that was trying to teach you things about yourself that needs to be loved on, needs to be healed, and needs to be seen. So if you are struggling with codependency, if you realize you're struggling with codependency after the narcissist, it's something that, again, needs to be loved on, needs to be healed, because you're feeling emptiness within inside of yourself. That codependency only happens because of the fact that your inner self is feeling empty somehow, in some sort of way. Whether it could be you're feeling empty and not feeling loved. You're feeling empty and not feeling seen. You're feeling empty and not feeling cared about. You're feeling empty and not having enough affection in your life, right? There's some part inside of you that's feeling empty, that you're feeling, your mind is saying that you need that narcissist, or you need that cigarette, or you need that alcohol, or you need whatever it is to make you feel happy and make you feel whole, which is not true. I'm here to tell you, I've educated myself on this because I told you I was codependent on my ex. I was codependent on sex. I was codependent on going out with my friends. There's so many different things I was codependent on that I needed to do or I needed to have in order for me to feel happy and whole. And I've learned, you guys, right? And I'm sharing with you guys great tips on how you can help yourself to heal from that codependent. Is I looked inward to understand what are the areas inside of me that's feeling like I'm not enough or I need something else outside of me to make me feel whole, right? Then I broke it down and I understood that, you know, God created us whole and complete, lacking nothing. He made us in his own image, meaning that we are a powerful creator. We are love. We are a queen, a king, whoever's listening to this. We are worthy of greatness. We are whole. We are complete. We are abundant. When you start to say these things to yourself, and that's the next thing that I did, say positive affirmations to myself. So when you can realize the root of the issue that's making you codependent, right? Then you can start reprogramming your mind to no longer think that you need those things in order for you to be happy, or you need that person in order for you to feel loved, cared about. Listen, at the end of the day, you are love. You can't give something out of what you already are. You share it, but you are love. A lot of people are not tapped in to understanding that they are love, and they're constantly searching for love outside of themselves, right? And when you're constantly, what did I say? When you're constantly looking for something outside of yourself, that means that you're constantly lacking. It means that you're constantly not feeling as you're enough just the way that you are. So when you can realize that what that, lacking feeling is, then you can reprogram your mind with positive affirmations to reassure your mind, to reassure yourself, to help yourself to break down, to understand who you are and who you came on this earth to be. That this person doesn't make you who you are. This narcissist does not make you who you are. You are who you are, which is whole and complete, which is love, which is a queen, which is a king, whoever you are listening to this. And you were that before this person, before what they were giving to you, the love bombing and treating you good and all this other stuff. You were an amazing human being before that person, right? But at the end of the day, that narcissist is going to prey on knowing what your empty emotions are and empty feelings are. So then that way they can show you that what they were doing for you, you need them to feel happy. And this is why a lot of times, right? If the narcissist doesn't do something good for you, you're feeling sad. You're feeling you give away your power so easily to them. That's why when you break up with the narcissist or the narcissist leaves you for a new supply, they still have power over you. They still have power of your happiness. They still have power over your mind. Because at the end of the day, we are constantly thinking to ourselves, if we don't have that person in our life, if we're not in a relationship like how they're in a relationship, and you start comparing yourself to that person, thinking that if you don't have those things that that person has, or if you don't have that person again in your life, then you're not going to ever be happy. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to feel loved. You're not going to feel whole, which means these are all lies. These are all lies that our mind is playing like a broken record over and over and over in our head, thinking that we're not enough. That we need, again, something outside of ourselves to make us feel whole. And the only way that you can stop codependency and stop feeling that way is tuning into yourself, working on yourself, tapping into yourself, understanding where do those emotions stem from. Going back and saying, wow, did I feel this way when I was younger? Is there a reason for it? Right? And then loving on yourself, caring about yourself enough to say, no, I am good enough. I am whole. And that comes from the words Words are spells, right? That's why it's called spelling. It's so powerful, the words that you're saying to yourself every day in your mind, right? It's so powerful on what you're saying about your life, right? If you're saying, oh, I need to be in a relationship, or I need to be with somebody, or then I'm not happy, or if I'm not in a relationship, I feel like shit, or if I'm not with this, those are powerful words that you're speaking over yourself, right? You're constantly making yourself feel like you're not worthy. You're constantly making yourself feel like you're not enough. If you don't have this stuff in the outside world, that relationship with that narcissist or that narcissist in your life to make you feel whole and complete, I'm here to tell you, it's a lie. It's a lie. And if you keep thinking that way, and if you keep telling yourself that you need this and from that narcissist, or you need that, I need closure, or I need this and I need that, and you keep focusing on them, you're never going to heal. I'm here to be straight out blunt with y'all. You're never going to heal. It all starts with you and understanding yourself, working on yourself, on where all those emotions that you're feeling that's making you codependent on a person or on drugs or whatever, drinking, whatever, stems from. Because it all stems from deep inside of yourself and getting to know yourself and not digging it down in a dark hole and trying to replace somebody or something to make you feel whole and complete, because you don't want to look deep down inside of yourself to figure out the root of the issue, right? Because a lot of times, like I said, the problems that we have, within ourselves were there before the narcissist, and the narcissist was just a trigger, honestly. So dive deep and try to understand who you are and how beautiful you are, and understand what areas inside of you that's making you feel this lack feeling to be codependent on someone else to make you feel happy. Because I promise you, you guys, when you guys do the inner work, things will get better. You won't find yourself ever being codependent on another man or woman to come inside of your life and make you feel happy, make you feel loved. Because as soon as you do that, you're just giving away your power again to another body and another human being to have power over you, right? So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube video. I hope that this talk, that I shared with you guys about being codependent on the narcissist, or being codependent on different things after being abused or after the narcissist, will break it down to help you to work on your codependent traits that you have inside of your life today. Thanks so much again for tuning in, you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up or leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if you guys enjoy watching my videos, make sure you're joining the Wise Up, Rise Up community today to wise up and rise up above these narcissists. Make sure you're joining my podcast. I'm going to drop a podcast today. Make sure you're joining my podcast, which is on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on Anchor, and join my TikTok account called the Wise Up Rise Up Narc. I drop 3 to 2 videos every day, keeping you posted, inspired to wise up and rise up above these narcissists. Again, thank you so much for being a part of the Wise Up Rise Up community, and I'll catch you guys again on another video.